What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are here with Edson, who got top 32 at YCS Sydney. Massive shout outs to him. This is his first ever YCS, and bro just took it by storm. Massive shout outs to you guys. So playing Ryzeal Mitsurugi, insane. So he's a partial meta sheep. But yeah, how do you feel, bro? How was Swiss?
Swiss, honestly, was pretty rough. Towards the end, like I started really strong. I went like 4-0, and then
in the top 16, please report to the top 16.
And then I started versing slightly more competent people who, like I versed Malice, and he played very well, so he won. And then I versed Ryzeal Fiendsmith, who also opened the nuts. So I was X2 going into day 2, so I had to win both games, and luckily I managed to win those.
Easy, bro, easy. Without further ado, let's see that main deck.
Sure.
How many cards in the main?
So 43 cards in the main.
43.
Because I do not believe in 40 cards. So
a massive shout out to YCS in Australia. We get sleeves now, insane.
Yes, we're balling. So start off with obviously 3 ice. Some people do play 2. With this deck, if you brick, then you've already lost. I want to see as much engine as humanly possible. Ice is a great starter, great extender. Yeah, definitely want to see 3 ice. A controversial one is also 3 sword. Same explanation. I wanted to see engine. I didn't want to just go like, look at my opening hand, set 1 pass. I wanted to be able to play and extend through things, and the 3rd sword came up a lot. It was really, really helpful. Obviously 3x, this card is broken. We'll probably get hit on the ban list. Being able to send aggregator first play going second is nuts. It's a way better starter than ice in like Fiendsmith Ryzeal. You don't commit your normal summon, which is really, really strong. Yeah, X, every time I saw X in my hand, it was great. And obviously the 1-off node and the 1-off cross. Saw this way too many times in my starting hand. Cross, obviously broken if you get to resolve duo drive. Always side it out going second, unless you're versing a more control deck, then I decided to keep it in. Yep, and obviously honorary Ryzeal card, 3 bonfire. Yeah, card's broken. If you use it, then get drolled, then unlucky, but droll's not real.
No, you don't worry about droll.
No. Now for the Mitsurugi engine, I played just 2 copies of Saji and the 1 copy of Kusanagi. Seeing Saji in hand is really hit or miss. If you see it with prayers, then it's great, but by itself it doesn't really do anything. You can pretty much say that with all the Mitsurugi cards. And I chose the 1 Kusanagi because it's really important in the grind game. Yeah, and it really helps you try and play around a Bestial a bit more, which I'll explain. For the rituals, just 2 copies of Umno. Do not play Futsu. Futsu sucks. It makes you play into a Bestial really hard, which actually mattered in my round 10 match. If to play around Bestials, you have 2 of them. You have 1 in grave and 1 on field, and they can never Bestial you. They're always 1 will come back, so definitely 2 Umno. And then 3 prayers. This card's nuts. Literally, tributes is cost if they do try and like imperm on the effect of King of the Feral Imps. This card is just insane. So I bunch you in time, but just play fast. And then 3 copies of the the ritual spell. You want to see this in your opening hand, because then you only have to resolve imps once, which lets you then not have to normal to summon the Saji, which lets you pretty much build God board. And then that is it for the engine. So there's a decent amount of space for non-engine. We played, of course, 3 Ash. It's literally only there to stop Mole Charmies. I don't think Ash is actually too crazy of a hand trap, but
it's just a Charmy.
Yeah, you want to stop the Charmies, you want to be able to play the game. And then 3 Imperm. Imperm's Imperm.
So insane.
No explanation. Just play around Talon's Thrust, which is everywhere. If you can, honestly, good.
Probably
good
the best hand trap in the game right now.
And it's a good top deck as well.
Oh yeah.
3 copies of Fua. I think I resolved it going second once the entire day. Yeah, I drew Tubble going first, which was not great. But you can do it if you have Umno Prayers set, you tribute the Umno, and then you're allowed to Futsu them, if that's just your board, which did actually come up. Just 2 copies of Nib. I found him testing, I would always open 2 or 3 Nibs, and it's kind of just dead.
Yeah.
So it's just the 2 copies of Nib. I saw it a decent amount, so I like the 2 of. Bestials, you play Mag Druis. That's mainly because I play Chaos Angel in the extra deck. Obviously great against Ryzeal Fiendsmith, great against any Fiendsmith variant.
And Blue Eyes.
And Blue Eyes, yeah, hitting the Maiden I found was really useful. Yeah, and obviously hit their Blue Eyes when they're going second because they only play 1 per side. 2 copies of Talons. This card is so overpowered. Like, you resolve Talons, look at their hand,
rip.
And you've just won the game. And obviously great going second. I chose to play, over Veil, I chose to play Droplet. I was very scared of Light and Dark Chaos Angel because this deck does not have many outs because you don't play like the Fiendsmith stuff. Also, I wanted to cover more Rogue. And yeah, it was nice. When I drew it, it definitely came up a decent amount. So I like the look, but Vela would also be nice. And then last card is Prosperity. More consistency. You want to play the game. And obviously you want to dig 6 deep after your combo and see your side.
Yeah, insane.
So that's 43 for the main. We'll move on to the side. So for the Ryzeals, we play 2 copies of Duo Drive. You always play 2 because you always
Yu-Gi-Oh players, the top 16.
you always play 1.
Your
You
45 minutes
always send 1 of
begin.
X, so you can then Duo Drive attach, and then you play around Nib. So 2 is mandatory. Yep. Then 2 Detonator. That's standard. You play 2 Detonator. This card, crazy. 2 copies of Eclipse Twins. This card is also nuts. In my round 9 game against Mermail, I just sat on a Detonator with 2 Eclipse Twins under it, and he never could out it until I eventually top deck playable.
Yeah, okay.
This card is just crazy. You can crash it into like a Bestial and then revive in damage step, and they can't like impulse it, which is really good. 1 Dweller. This card will get banned. This card is broken. Like against any deck that hurts, like loses to Dweller, this card is FTK. 1 Exoton. I summoned it once and it got impumped. Normally, because your board, you can break boards with Engine, so you don't need this, but it's really nice to have. And it's good Metal Tronus target, which I'm playing in the side.
True.
Just 1 King of the Fair Olymps. I was on 2, and it can feel nice to play 2, but you just don't really need it. You can twins it back, and if you open like no Mitsu plays, then I normally just play Hero Ryzeal. You don't want to in too much into the Mitsu because then you lose really hard, like a Bestial or Impulse. So just the 1's fine. 1 Dugaras. Cards you need it for the normal summon ice combo, and the draw effect comes up a lot if say the Dweller's not good into that matchup. You just make this as your other rank 4, and then yeah, very useful. 1 Cowboy. I chose to play this because I had a feeling I might go to time, and it won me a game against Blue Eyes. That's the only time I ever summoned it, and it luckily resolved, so won that. 1 Typhon. I never made it. It's good in theory, but you're always 4 locks, so you're actually really never making this.
Yeah.
It's a Dark Fiend, which is really good as a Metal Tronus target against like Bao and other things, so that was more the reason it was in there. Chaos Angel. Card's crazy. Also another Metal Tronus target, and you play the Bestials in the main.
Yeah.
So very good.
Easy access.
Yeah. 1 Aggregator. Everyone plays Aggregator. This card's crazy going second. And 1 Hazard. You need to, if you have like a Nib and another body, you need to link them off into this and then banish it so your board is empty for X effect.
Oh, true.
And also the draw 1 can be nice. I've never drawn anything playable off of that, but oh well.
Yeah, cool.
Now we'll go on to the side deck. Side deck is put together kind of last minute. I wasn't too sure. So we play just 2 Meowless. I wanted to respect Malice, but this is pretty much all it's good into. It's not. I didn't side it into anything else except for Malice, because it's just like an Upstart Goblin into other matchups. So I just played just 2. Same with just 2 Perulia. I wanted to respect, a lot of my mates had cut it. I think it's so good against Ryzeal, you just need it. It's guaranteed like a draw 2 or 3 for them to even end on like anything. So really good. 2 Strike. I also didn't want to see, when I was testing I saw like too many going first cards, so I just wanted just the 2. And huge. Really good against Bestial on the Umno, Ash on the Graveyard effects. I found it better than Judgment for sure.
100%.
2 Metal Tronus. Again, Chaos Angel was a very scary card, and I wanted to respect obviously Ryzeal, so this card's just crazy, and obviously if they Dweller, I have my own Dweller to stop that. And then 3 copies of Droll. Droll is just, I actually never versed any Ryzeal Mitsurugi, and I actually rarely sided it in. I sided it in against the 1 Mermail player that I versed, but yeah, I never really sided it in much. I didn't really see many matchups, but you need Droll. You need Droll for your coverage. And then obviously, don't really need to explain Lancia. Hope you draw it against Malice. I never drew it against Malice, so that sucked. But yeah, see, Lancia is very good.
Free win.
Very free. And then the last card, obviously, Call By. Call By the Molchamis, Call By the Shifter.
Everything.
It won me the Bestial Fiends with matchup because I Call By their Lacrima Engrave, so they couldn't play on my turn.
Insane.
And, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, my guy. Do you have any shout outs?
Yep, shout out to all the boys in New Zealand for helping me play tests. All the boys at Card Merchant Takapuna for unfortunately having to verse this deck for the past 3 months in preparation for me to practice. Shout out to my girlfriend for obviously coming all the way to Australia to support me in this. That means so much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Cheers, pal.
Sweet. Thank you, man.